The Sims 2 was a depressing game. And I'm not just saying this because I binge watched 12 hours of Sims 2 machinimas yesterday. It is actually pretty dark. You might be thinking to yourself, but Catchy, you love Sims 2. You always compare Sims 4 to Sims 2. How could you be saying this right now? Well, my fellow Simmer, let me explain. Sims 2 can easily become very overwhelming. Something you might notice right away would be the notifications. If you get a ton of these notifications, they sort of make this huge list in the top right corner of the screen. The notification bubble is giant and it just takes over most of the screen, and it feels pretty overwhelming, particularly when they all pop up at once. If you make a lot of friends, they're going to call you at any time of the day. For some reason, you're not allowed to call them at 4 a.m., but they're allowed to call you. Sims logic. What can I say? Anywho, let's say for some reason you don't talk to your friends or see them after a little bit, then you'll get numerous phone calls like this one. And honestly, these phone calls happen quickly, way too fast. Your friends are very clingy in this game. Like, just one day. I went one day without seeing you or talking to you. Why are you acting like this? You're breaking my heart. You might not be messy in real life, but it's very easy to be messy in this game. I do love the small touches that come along with this. Nonetheless, it can be overwhelming with a large family and if your house gets super dirty pretty fast. You got to make the beds, clean the dishes, clean the toilet, clean the bathtub, wipe down the counters, and don't you dare forget to throw away your old newspapers. The newspapers are such an easy thing to forget about, and they end up just sitting outside your house, piling up, getting gross looking day after day until a newspaper carrier doesn't give you any more. If you allow your Sims house to become very dirty, it's not just overwhelming, it's also kind of depressing. I guess it's the same in real life when you get into a little funk, but I digress. I've never been pregnant in real life. I don't know firsthand how stressful it could be, from setting up the nursery, to the physical toll on your body, to the idea of naming a brand new person. It's crazy to think about. In Sims 2, near the end of the pregnancy in particular, it seems like the pregnant person is about to die. To be honest. Every single second, they are so close to death. You can never get them to be happy and satisfied. They need to pee, eat, sleep all at once, all the time. And you can't get them to eat because they're falling asleep while eating, and you can't get them to sleep because they have to go pee or eat. Their needs get incredibly low. Like I said, they're never happy. It's an overall stressful and overwhelming time period. Wanna know what's overwhelming? When you're neglecting your sim, maybe it's on purpose, maybe it's not. I'm not here to judge you. And then they look up right at you and intensely stare into your glob darn soul. Like, dude, I get it. I'm not taking care of you. Please don't judge me with those eyes. I'm either trying my best or I'm not trying at all. I guess it is sort of depressing to know that they know they're suffering because of you. Just think about that for a second. They know you're doing this to them, and they're looking at you out of frustration. Aside from the overwhelming aspects of the game, there are creepy elements as well. First and foremost, you can spy on your neighbors. It's a little creepy to be a peeping Tom or Jane, but it gets worse if your neighbor actually sees you doing it. If they do, they come over to yell at you and you lose relationship points with them. I would like to know how they knew you were spying on them. Were they spying on you, spying on them? If so, shouldn't I get upset as well? They were spying on me after all. You could be like the Goth family and make yourself a nice little home graveyard. What else were you gonna do in your backyard anyways? Plant flowers? Nah. If you make a graveyard, you get to have ghosts on your lot. And these ghosts are pretty spooky. You can't really interact with them, and all they do is this sort of thing all night long. Do you hear this spooky music? Do you see this spooky face? Do you understand how creepy this truly is? There are several items from this game that are, well, kind of creepy. For some reason, the snowman radio is creepy to me. I would like to blame Call Me Kevin for that. In all seriousness, the idea of this phone is a little creepy. I like it, but it's scary to think your sim has a direct line to the Grim Reaper, and if you pay him enough money, he'll resurrect someone for you. It feels so wrong, yet so right. Obviously, the cow plant is creepy, and it's not as cute as the Sims 4 version, in my opinion. Either way, the idea of a cow plant is just by itself, overall, creepy. This cow-looking plant will consume a sim, and then your sim can milk it and drink the life-extending drink? Like, what? Your sim is pretty much fine with drinking the essence of another person. A person that maybe they knew and loved. It's kind of messed up in my opinion. But hey, that's the Sims' moral compass and not mine. They chose to do it, even if I was the one who told them to do it. But they still did it. Gossiping isn't really creepy, maybe more so unnerving. It's odd to think how fast news travels in this game. Sometimes it's nothing bad, like someone peed their pants or they aged up, you know, something like that. On the other hand, the idea that your community knows all about your cheating, lying spouse before you do is a bit unsettling. Finding out about a cheating partner through gossip might be the worst way to actually find out about it. Maybe. I don't know. Have you been to some of these pre-made lots? They're a bit weird. There are lots in this game that I'm really not sure if an actual human made it, or did they somehow get AI to create a lot based on a few words. For this one, it would be creepy, scientist, dungeon. This one would be science, aliens, and modern, and edgy. And this one would just be a single word, trap. Since it feels like a very weird player-made trap. Why would someone make a public pool that looks like this if they're not trying to kill their Sims? Finally, there are things that happen in Sims 2 that are funny until you sit there in bed at 3 AM thinking about it. I'm talking about the social bunny and therapist. If your Sim's social need is low, you might be visited by the social bunny, and the therapist comes to help Sims when they go into aspiration failure. These NPCs drop in and they try to help you fulfill your low need. They're invisible to everyone else, so it just looks like your Sim is going crazy and talking to something that's not there, and that's sort of the whole point of it. The game wants the other Sims to believe that your Sim with a low social, or an aspiration in the red, is seeing things and hallucinating. It's funny because it's a game. However, imagine if this sort of thing happened in real life. It would be creepy as heckadoodle, you feel me? It would be an odd thing to witness or to experience, and then everyone's just gonna have this image of you talking to nothing. And it's just an unnerving, overwhelming, and creepy thing to think about, especially in bed at 3 AM. Either way, Sims 2 is still my favorite despite it being slightly depressing, overwhelming, creepy, and darker than you might think. If you like this video, please don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe for future Sims content. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to pet your pets and water your plants and drink water. And also look in the mirror and say, I am good, okay? 'Cause you are. Okay, until next time, bye!